I'll tell you again really quick. Okay. You take a shower after you take a bath, and then you rub debriding soap all over your skin. You let it dry for 5 minutes, rinse it off, then do it again and let it air dry. And then take a lint roller, rub it on your skin, and look at it under a strong magnifying glass. And if you see little hairs or fiber-like things, that's Morgellons. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say in relation to your question is that there's very few people who only have Morgellons. Like, I think Nick only had Morgellons, and that's one of the reasons he got well so quickly. But most people who have Morgellons have springtails, have mites, have worms and other parasites. So a buddy coach, many people who have Morgellons are struggling with other things as well. Richard's protocols and diet work for all of those things. So it's not, I mean, and even in the book, it lists some things. It's like, you can eat this if you only have Morgellons. You can't eat this if you only have Morgellons. You can't eat this if you have springtails. You can't eat, you know, so it gets really specific. And I highly recommend the diet. I don't think anything will work without the diet, whether it's mites, which scabies are a form of mites, or springtails, or parasites. And the bentonite clay or the diatomaceous earth are for the internal parasites.
Yes, the question that this discussion pertains to is really, how do you know if you have Morgellons? And it's characterized by filaments and fibers. The lady on the call is saying that she doesn't see any filaments or fibers from her skin, and this is not uncommon because these filaments and fibers can be microscopic. Sometimes you need a 60-power microscope to see them. Oftentimes you will find, instead of actually seeing them on your skin, you will find an accumulation of a lint-like substance in your bedding and clothing. And well, where'd that come from? Why is this stuff there? And that's often these tiny filaments gathering, balling up together, leaving their presence. Or the other way is the technique that Robin just went through, to use a debriding soap, shower with it. She went through it in detail. You can listen to the recordings, get all the instructions. Another way that is generally foolproof is that if you take a bath with the debriding soap for 45 or 50 minutes, when you get out of the bath, you will find debris in the tub. Debris as it extracts it from your skin. If you're only dealing with springtails or Collembola or only mites, you won't find this debris. It's only characteristic of Morgellons. And this talk is really for skin parasites in general. Now, people say, well, Morgellons is not a skin parasite, because, we went through this many eons ago, and the fact is that this, whatever it is, uses nutrients from your body. It uses organic sulfur. It uses iron. From those nutrients, it produces filaments of keratin and collagen, and that is the definition of a parasite. So we are going by that as being the definition of a parasite. It's not like an intestinal worm that's also a parasite, or but that's its modus operandi, and that for us determines it's a parasite. You're going to say something, Robin?
Yeah. Also, when I first got Morgellons a long time ago, I kept finding these little things that I was sure were mites. And, I mean, they looked like mites. They were teeny, teeny, tiny black things. And I actually took them to 3 different entomologists who said, these are nothing. They're like hairs. They're fibers and hairs. They're not mites. And I've never heard of Morgellons, and so I thought, well, that doesn't make any sense. And they said, well, fibers and hairs can wrap around themselves so they look bug-like or mite-like, but they're not.
Yes, that is also very true. Sometimes it's very difficult to tell the difference between, you see a black speck. Now, is it a dead mite, or is it a tiny compressed ball of Morgellons filaments?
Right.
And unless you look at it in a microscope, there's no way of telling. So, yes, that's another thing. Thank you.
I have a question, but
Yes.
I didn't want to interrupt, and I didn't put my name on the list. I don't have the number to sign up. But I had a question about something you said last week that I've been wondering about ever since when you were talking about the canker sores. It's kind of related to this week because I think it is a parasite I'm trying to get rid of. But I like to put a little bit, I make my own home brewed tea, and I like to put a little lemon in it. And I've noticed that when I do that, I have canker sores in my mouth.
Well, canker sores are viral in nature, and I think my approach to them, and I've been plagued with them for a long time, is until I started taking the L-lysine, 500 milligrams of L-lysine every day. So that's something you may consider doing.
L-lysine. Okay, I'm writing it down. Okay. But I'm just wondering, do I stop the lemon, or is it a good thing? Because it sounded like last week you were saying the canker sores were a sign that things were getting better. And I'm thinking, okay, do I keep going with the lemon, or do I stop?
I wouldn't say things are getting better with if you're having canker sores. Whether you continue with the lemon or not is, I would say stop until you get them under control. I mean, they're not very comfortable to have, and I wouldn't want to. If I were experiencing them and noticed that I had lemon, they got worse, I would definitely stop the lemon until I got rid of them. The L-lysine, I believe, is in our store. Because I personally use it, so I figured I'll have it in the store for others who may have issues with viral issues as well.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll do that. I'll buy that. And I'd like to say a testimonial for that mouthwash. That mouthwash is fantastic.
It is. It is. It really is.
Glad you find value in it. It is fantastic. Thank you.
I have a question about hair loss. I'm losing my hair big time.
Okay.
And,
your first name?
Jolanta.
And where are you from?
Iowa.
And have you started the diet?
Just started.
Okay. Well, that's the first step, to make the diet work. Now, let me talk a little bit about the diet, because I know you want to get your hair situation solved. And it's uncomfortable and it's terrible, I know that. But until you can get the diet and make it work, you are a walking, talking, breeding parasite machine. All right, so we often talk about this. The diet is very strict, and when the diet kicks in, you notice a dramatic shift in the amount of discomfort you feel in terms of itching and biting. It goes from like a scale of 9 out of 10 to a scale of 1.5 out of 10 overnight almost, and you can actually begin sleeping. So the first thing is to make it kick in. For 95% of those who go on the diet, just by doing that diet, it kicks in. For the other 5%, they need to go an extra mile, and they need to make certain modifications. Some people discover, and you do this through keeping a journal of what you eat and what you don't eat and your reactivity to the foods. Some people find they can't have rice, or they can't have spelt, or they can't have any grains, or they can't have fat, for instance, rice bran or even lard. They have to make specific modifications, or they can't have coffee. But they get the diet to kick in. That's number one. So when you ever hear somebody talk about this program, oh yeah, I went on that diet, it didn't work for me. No, they didn't make the diet work. You need to correct them. No, it's not the diet working. You did not make the diet work. That's the problem. Go back and make it work, because it works. Now, with the hair, the scalp, a tremendous problem. And you want to attack it. You see, you can't put see, I have a bald head. I can't put it in the tub and do a headstand. And when you're in the tub and you're bathing for the 45 or 50 minutes, wetting your hair and getting it all wet and having the water run down over your eyes, not a good idea, because they get in your eyes then, and you can go practically blind with them in your eyes, as one of our coaches, as happened to Megan, one of our coaches. She got infected, them in her eyes. I don't know if it was from bathing or what, but she went blind for a period of time. It can be that one bad problem becomes a nightmare, all right? So we don't have the ability to really bathe our head. Now, you can get something on Amazon where you can lie in sideways, and it has a little cutout for your neck, and you can bathe half of your head at a time, and then the other half, you can do that. But most of us, that's kind of impractical as well. So we want to mimic the idea of our head being in a bath. Now, the first thing we want to do is, because these organisms will migrate. If you're applying something on your head they don't like, they will try to escape, and they move. They will try to migrate. So the first thing you want to do is maybe put a barrier of something like maybe Vaseline. On one of our calls, somebody suggested something that's non-petroleum. It does the same thing, and for the life of me, I can't think of it. It would be certainly better than Vaseline, but you want to put a moat of something around.
Vicks Vaporub.
Vicks Vaporub. You can put that around, okay?
Beeswax.
Now, the next thing you want to do is, we really don't have a mixture. This is a protocol that was developed by one of our first coaches, Sandra, who was off living her life, and she coached for 3 years. She's fantastic, but she took our Nature's Gift shampoo. Could either be the foaming shampoo or the regular shampoo. She added to that a couple drops or a few drops of peppermint oil. Now, if you're dealing with mites, they hate clove oil, so you could use the clove oil. She took some of the Super Msm Gel, and she took some of Claudia's Dream Cream. She made a mixture in the palm of her hand, and she rubbed that into her scalp. She rubbed it into her scalp. Now, we don't want it to dry out. So then she put a bathing cap on to seal it in, or a plastic bag, just don't let it come down over your nose and suffocate. So, I used to use garbage bags on my ankles and my legs, so I could get a night's sleep. You use what you can. You be creative. So you do this and sleep overnight. She did this, I think, 6 times a day, being aggressive. So here's the next thing, the next rule of thumb. We recommend bathing in the beginning 3 times a day, up to 45 or 50 minutes. The idea is to get from one bath to the next with relatively little discomfort. Well, she did this 6 times a day. The idea is to get from one treatment to the next with relatively little discomfort. Each time she combed out her hair and she took a picture of the stuff, and with each time there was less and less stuff. And then went from 6 times a day to 5 times a day to 4 times a day to 3 times a day. You get the picture, less and less. It could take up to a month or more to get these things out of your hair and get rid of them. Now, you don't want to stop here. You want to make sure that the headrest in your automobile is totally disinfected and clean because you don't want to get reinfected. You want to make sure wherever you put your head, on furniture, your couch, your pillow, and your bed is totally disinfected and not going to give you the organisms again. So it's not an overnight thing, but it works. And a month from now, you'll be in a different place.
So I should get Nature's Gift shampoo or Nature's Gift debriding soap?
Yes, Nature's Gift shampoo, the debriding soap to bathe in. Now, okay, this is not, we don't do this program to sell, all right? We do it we have all this stuff in the store. And people write in and say, oh, well, I used to get these. People write in, not so much anymore. You're making money off of us. You're making money off of people suffering. Bullshit. What does a doctor do? He charges you $175 and says, you're delusional? What does he do? What does he give you? And you go to 10, 15 doctors and get the same pitch at $175 each one? Hey, come on. Now, you don't have to. I got my life back. I didn't have debriding soap. I didn't have Claudia's Dream Cream. I didn't know about clove oil. Hot scalding baths is what I knew, along with Epsom salt, the old standby, or borax. That's how I got my life back. So I'm not here to sell anything, all right, but can make life a lot easier. Robin.
Yes, I just wanted to say, if there's a shampoo that you adore, that you love, just get some Nature's Gift debriding soap, peppermint oil, tea tree oil, clove oil, and add those things to your shampoo. Because if you have something you adore, then just make it work, just like you make the diet work, by adding those ingredients.
But not Prel.
But not Prel. No.
No Prel.
Also, you want to have zippered vinyl protectors that totally encase your pillows, mattress, and box spring, because there's a really good chance that your bedding is all infested, and if you put the zippered vinyl protectors on, they can't get out. It can't be just a bed bug protector, because these things are too small. It has to be vinyl.
Must be vinyl, yes.
And the other thing is that red light therapy has been proven to help hair grow back, and it also helps in our battle against parasites. And that you can get them on Amazon. They range from $40 to $2,000, and you sit under it for 20 minutes a day. And they haven't been. The two things that they know for sure about red light therapy is that it helps build the immune system and it helps hair grow back. So definitely helped me. But
yep.
Along with all of these other things that Richard has said.
Robin has a beautiful head of hair. You can see, as opposed to me, they took mine. They took my head.
Well, I feel like I'm getting bald. My hair's coming out in handfuls.
Yeah, but it won't be that way. You just got to start.
Yeah. You heard. You're new to You're new to the program. You heard Nick talk about it earlier before we recorded it. He was in the same place you were 9 months ago, and he's got his life back. So we all start in misery. We all start in suffering. We all start at the end. You wonder, what did I do wrong in my life? Why do I have this pestilence? This is Job, the Bible, the book of Job all over again.
Right.
How long do I keep to wash my hair?
You're better. You keep doing it until you're better, and everyone.
How long? I'll just shampoo my hair and then rinse it off right away.
It could take.
How many minutes? How many minutes?
How many minutes to shampoo your hair? Oh,
right.
The idea is to massage it in. Massage
I would leave it in.
Massage into your scalp. That could be 3 or 4 minutes, not necessarily a long time.
And then after you shampoo your hair, just massage in like the Nature's Gift and leave that in overnight with the other stuff you put on it.
So I do the Nature's Gift with the Dream cream.
Right. You put that in. And, you know, the idea is if you could do it 24/7 and cover your head if you're not going anywhere. I used to do it in the night and in the morning, cover my head with a teeny tiny plastic bag. Walmart sells them in rolls and they tie in the front. They look like those World War II posters, you know, and then I would put a kerchief over it. And I just kept it on all the time.
Yeah. Or you can pick up a cancer cap. Cancer caps, people who lose their hair from leukemia treatment or, you know, you can use a cancer cap as well. Okay. All right. I think we rolled that stone over and over and covered it pretty good.
You did great.
Anybody else like to share or ask a question?
Hi, Richard and Robin. This is Tony.
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Can you hear me? I'm okay. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
I joined the call late. I was up a lot and taking my 2 showers, or taking a bath then showering in the middle of the night. I'm still struggling. I haven't tried the bone broth diet like you suggested last week because I had to have turkey. But I'm still.
You can make a bone broth with the turkey bones, you know, just add some celery and onion and garlic.
That was the idea. I got a big turkey breast.
That's great.
It's on the menu.
Yeah.
I wondered if you have any more tips for me. I've been well, again, I started out thinking I didn't have to put plastic over my box spring, but now I do, and the pillows now I do. I bought a new bedding pad. I washing my sheets with a cup of ammonia, and my clothes.
Yeah, you need more than that. That's just for pre-soak.
Oh,
I recommend for the actual wash. Richard has a wonderful enzyme detergent. It's an enzyme cleaner for the washing. You use that and a cup of borax, and then you wash everything on hot, and then in the dryer you use either dryer sheets or socks that you spray with peppermint oil and ammonia and dry something for 1 to 2 hours. And then you put them in Ziploc bags so they don't get reinfested. And I also want to suggest, Richard has this wonderful Msm Gel, and it draws stuff out of your skin after the bath like you would not believe. I mean, when I was using the Msm Gel after the bath, I'd have to go and take a shower like within 10 minutes. It drew so much stuff out of my skin. And then after that, I would put on oils and draw Claudia's Dream Cream, which also draws stuff out, but it's a little more soothing, I think, than the Msm Gel. And within days, I was like so much better just using the Msm Gel and then my own concoction with essential oils and then Claudia's Dream Cream. Made a huge difference. Plus, don't forget, you can pat diatomaceous earth all over your skin. You just don't want to breathe it. And you can sprinkle it on your sheets. If it's cold and you're using a comforter, I came up with this past winter, is I bought a zippered vinyl mattress protector and I put it inside the comforter. I put the comforter inside it. And then I used a duvet cover so that I didn't have to wash the comforter all the time. I just had to wash the cover. So much easier. So much easier. And it's so hard to get heavy blankets and quilts and stuff really clear. So that solves that problem.
Yeah, I haven't been using a blanket, just a sheet for now, but it's getting cold.
Right. So if you get an extra, get whatever size bed you have, get one. Get a zippered vinyl protector for the quilt or blanket that you have, and then get a duvet cover. They're not that expensive, and they don't have to be airtight, the duvet cover, because the plastic zippered vinyl thing is. And then you don't have to wash your blankets every day or every other day or whatever. It's so much easier.
What kind of cover is that? A duvet? I think. What? Get a duvet cover? What is that?
A duvet cover is, duvets are like big, heavy comforters.
Okay.
And they often come just plain, and sometimes they have feathers. So they have these things called duvet covers that slip on top, and they either zipper or button around them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They're like a protector. So if you put your blanket inside a zippered vinyl thing and then get a duvet cover for the outside, you only have to wash the duvet cover, not the blanket itself.
Great. Good. Okay. Thank you, Tony. Keep coming.
Thank you. I will.
We're going to get
find my washing. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
It makes a big
Thanks for being there.
Hang in there.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the question was how to deal with perhaps hookworms, and there are medications that you can get from your doctor. A way of cleaning them out of your system is to use a diatomaceous earth, starting with a teaspoon a day on an empty stomach. A glass of water. There's a more aggressive protocol in the blog. Then adding the Nature's Gift mouthwash, which probably should be using anyway, because most of us who have parasites, they seem to like the mouth, and they love to work on the gums and deteriorate anything they can find in the mouth. And the mouthwash is good cleaning, and then consume that mouthwash. It's like liquid carbon, charcoal, instead of granular graphite or type of charcoal. It's liquid. It's going to clean you. And then the fenbendazole, the medication that basically, I had feeling of something around my anus about a year ago, and I even went for a colonoscopy, and I thought the doctor would see it, but he didn't notice anything. But I started the fenbendazole, and it was gone within about 3 months, totally gone. So that stuff really works. Okay, if anyone else would like to share or ask a question, do *6 to unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, Richard.
Just don't speak through a speakerphone. I think that may be a problem. Okay? Yes, hello.
Hi, Richard. This is Doris. I just wanted to give a hint with the vinyl mattress cover to go around the entire tape, a zipper section with a piece of tape, because certain parasites are small enough to even evade the dust mite covers.
Well, that's good. Okay, it's a good suggestion. I often wondered about the zipper.
Right, but it's not a dust mite cover. It's just zippered vinyl.
Yeah.
Anything with the zipper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take one extra step. Good point. Thank you. Thank you, Doris.
The fibers with the Morgellons. This stuff is very new to me. I've just been dealing with it in the past year. The things that I've looked up on the YouTube videos and things are very small fibers. I have often like big balls of like wadded fiber, and it looks like hairs and stuff like that. Is it typically associated with other types of parasites, Morgellons? Has it gotten worse because I have other things going on?
No. No two people with Morgellons have exactly the same type of filaments or fibers. They're all different. They're different colors, different sizes. Some are huge and they move or reported to move, and others are tiny and microscopic in nature that we talked about earlier. So they're all different. They're different colors. They're red, they're white, they're blue, they're green, they're black. They're different colors too. So they're
it's wild.
Yeah, they're different. So they're all part of the Morgellons organism.
Well, I really appreciate it. It's so nice to hear other people talk.
That's what we're here for. And thank you, and keep coming back. And our goal is to provide inspiration, and so that you'll be able to say, like Nick and many others, hey, thanks to you guys, I got my life back. I stuck with it. You were there every Sunday, and I came there too, and it worked. It does work. Thank you. Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, so I got obviously tons of questions. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you. And your name?
Oh, all right. I'm Joe.
From?
Joe.
From Wisconsin.
Okay, thank you.
I'm dealing with a whole bunch of the other stuff. I mean, it started as a infestation, and it grew very, very fast, and I've had the pink, the teal, black, white, green, and amber fibers, and I've also had them now, we're like about 3 months, almost 4 months into this, and they actually have been flying. I was able to get some, knock them out of the air, flying and biting. I don't know. I'm guessing that's the Collembola mite or whatever. The
Collembola.
Yeah, the springtail. So far I've gone through, I think, 13 different parasites. I mean, I can give you the order if that's important. But it just continues to manifest and morph into further creatures, I guess.
Well,
the parasite charts that I've seen.
Let's see if we can pare this down. Have you read the book? Have you gone through it?
My mom just found it, and she just sent it to me, so I haven't had time to. I just found out about this about an hour before it started.
Okay, fantastic. You are on your journey to start. When you read the book, please go to Amazon and give me a 5-star review, because there's no book that's more comprehensive and more and easier to understand than this book. It will tell you everything about mites. It will tell you everything about Morgellons, Collembola, springtails, strongyloides, and all the different types of things that are out there. Number 2, you want to complete the questionnaire and send it in. From the answers on that questionnaire, I can provide you detailed recommendations that you can bank on. Now, I personally, who am I? Besides being Richard Kuhns, well, I'm a person who has suffered from and dealt with and beat Strongyloides ericalis, Morgellons disease, Collembola, also known as springtails, snow fleas, Lyme disease, skin rash, hot tub rash, and mites. Okay? So, and I have my life back, totally. Now, there are many people. I have several coaches. They're free that you can talk to, and they can answer questions for you. You can email me questions. But number 1, read the most important chapters is Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. And start the diet yesterday. Now, the diet is very precise, very important. And years ago, I used to say, okay, here's a diet. And people write in, some would say, it didn't work. Others would write in, I'm cured. Well, it's not a cure, okay, because when you go off that diet, all hell will break loose. Unless you get to the point where I am, where I can eat anything I want, and I've been able to do this for years. So I'm completely normal on all aspects, and you can get there too. And many of my coaches are getting there, if not already there. All right. So Chapter 3, Chapter 4 is the diet. So instead of doing the diet, make it work. Number 2, read Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is about how to clean them out of your skin. Whether you go the route that I did with near scalding baths and Epsom salts and borax, or whether you utilize our products, Nature's Gift, which deep cleans the skin. People say, well, how's this thing work? How's this Nature's Gift thing work? Well, it's subatomic. you know, the Nature's Gift molecule is 6 angstroms. It's liquid carbon. It's smaller. It takes water, which is a 3 angstrom thing, and it goes inside your skin. And people say, well, how does it work? Well, if I weigh about 185 pounds, and if I get a little pebble in my shoe that only weighs 1/3 of a gram, that little pebble controls my behavior. I got to get that pebble out of my shoe in order to continue. All right, so this Nature's Gift is like that. It encounters any kind of an organism in your skin. It irritates the hell out of it and makes it want to leave, get out of your skin. So that's about debriding, getting it out of your skin. So that's how it works. So chapter 3 is about how to clean your skin and how to clean your environment. It has a list of many disinfectants that can be used. Which ones for which? Now, for instance, Morgellons, pesticides don't work for Morgellons. Pesticides won't kill Morgellons, but they will do well on mites. But we use ozone, we use ammonia, we use, you can use hypochlorous acid, you can use diatomaceous earth, you can use all these different things to clean up your environment. Outside, you can use Garden Safe Fungicide 3 to spray around if they're outside. You can also use it inside. So there are a lot of different options. So the goal is to get them out of your skin, get them out of your environment, and the King Diet. Those are the 3 things. Now, if you are great at following instructions and things fall into place, bing, 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 you know, you can have things basically back to normal in about 2 weeks. But I was never that good. I mean, there's a couple of...
The problem is that I'm living in an infestation, and I'm in an environment where I have good health care, and I went and I told them, I mean, just to give you a breakdown of the list, it started with mange, then roundworm, flatworm, scabies, encrusted, hook, fluke liver, fluke worm.
What kind of environment are you living in? Do you have control of your environment?
Well, I thought I haven't had a problem with it. I've lived here for 4 years, and I haven't had a problem with it until just recently in August. In the beginning of August it started, and basically I have recently just found out, just kind of being observative. I've been basically cleaning my my life away, and it's coming from outside. So sealing the house is an issue. And I've used all kinds of different stuff. Most of the stuff
what
you
you
talk
say,
about.
When you say it's coming from outside, where is it coming from? A tree, a bird nest?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I do tree and landscape work as well.
Springtails live in dirt. I mean, they love moisture.
I think it came from doing stump grinding, so I think I breathed it in.
One of the things I mentioned was Garden Safe Fungicide 3 for outside.
Yep.
Okay, so if there is a bird nest out there and you have an idea where it might be, obviously you're going to want to get rid of it. Oftentimes these bird nests are right outside a bedroom window, or they're on a windowsill, and the mites come in that way. You want to locate, so you need to figure out where they're coming from and go after them, inside, outside. That's one of the things that you need to do.
I went around the houses contaminated, I guess you'd say, on all the windowsills in 360 degrees. And then I went out at night and I used big spotlights and used some like wind testing, and it literally it's in the air.
Right.
So I've been wearing a P100 respirator, but it gets through the respirator after a certain point.
Again, with the Fungicide 3, you can put it on a hose. It comes in a bottle. You put it on a hose. It becomes a sprayer, and you can spray the side of your house. You can spray your windows outside. You can spray you can spray your vegetation. You can spray your lawn. You can spray your driveway. You can spray your walkway. You can spray everything.
I also have a dog.
They also have a concentrate that you can make your own spray for inside.
Right.
Okay. Is the product actually called Fungicide 3?
Yes, Garden Safe Fungicide 3 available at Lowe's.
Or home. It's online. It's at Walmart. And there are other Fungicide 3 products. They're miticide, insecticide, and fungicide, all in one, and they're 70% neem oil.
That was my next question.
70 for organic gardening.
There are also other insecticides listed in Chapter 3 that you can use as well. But the Fungicide 3, I think, is probably less expensive and healthier to use than the toxic chemical pesticides that are also listed in the book.
Is any of that dog safe? I have a 6-year-old yellow lab.
The Fungicide 3 is garden safe to plants and animals.
Okay.
I would spray my cat with it and rub it in her fur, his fur.
That's why I say it's a safer alternative than the chemicals.
Okay. I use the bentonite clay first. And just for anyone else that's listening, the parasites go in alive. They also come out alive. So as I sat in the tub and I watched this madness happen, then I was going, oh, geez, they're swimming. And then I was like, oh, shit. And they will reinfest. So I would say I probably had 100% uninfected, and then probably got 60% reinfested, in a 7-minute period of time.
That's why you take a shower after the bath, and then there's skin treatments that you do after the shower.
Yes,
all in the book.
It's quite involved, quite detailed. So if you're good at following instructions, you're going to do very well in this program.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, the next question, I would say that's the most pressing thing to apply to apply Chapter 3 would be, is there a boot you can recommend or something that's mite-proof, or is there something that the mites can't get through? Because so far I've used everything from latex, nitrile gloves, and then even Playtex dish gloves, rubber, and they're able to bite through.
Oftentimes I have an infestation of springtails around my property. It's an 1.5 acres, and so I got to a point, this year it's not been bad at all. Like I was out yesterday and all over the place blowing leaves, and no issue. But sometimes I've had to wear riding boots. So you can buy a pair of riding boots, and they come up about, 18 inches or so above where the springtails are capable of jumping. So that's what I did. That
was another question, if they fly or not, because I have several white ones. You said snow fly.
Yeah, they float in the air. But whatever you do, you want to get 100% ammonia, and you wipe down your shoes inside and out, including the soles, because especially when you take them off, so that you're not tracking in more springtails.
Exactly.
I think I have contaminated dirt, so I've just been taking off the shoe altogether and then treating the shoe, putting it in a bag, and then wearing the next pair.
You can do that. Yeah. You put in some of our crystals. What are the crystals? Menthol crystals?
Menthol crystals.
Yeah. Put in some menthol crystals overnight. Sure.
I was going to say also with the Vicks Vaporub, somebody had asked about that, and you were saying Vicks Vaporub, if you get an off-topic or off-brand product called Randall, it has a much higher degree percentage of camphor and menthol, which makes the skin almost numb, burns a little bit because it obviously makes you cold, but they seem to pick up on heat signature.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but plus they hate anything menthol-y. It kills them. And you can add peppermint oil or eucalyptus oil and lemon oil to anything.
I've tried all
like
those,
that,
and
then do it yourself.
The menthol won't kill them, but they won't bite when it's in it, so you can treat it.
Mm-hmm.
But peppermint oil will kill them.
I've used tea tree oil, peppermint oil, eucalyptus. Have you used
clove oil? Have you used clove oil?
Clove oil.
Yes, and ingested it with Paragard.
Okay. Well, your next step is to get on the diet, and then to read Chapter 3 and make the diet work.
So far, pumpkin and pineapple is the only thing I can eat.
Pumpkin?
Pumpkin and pineapple.
They're not on the diet. Pumpkin will cause them to generally will activate these parasites, and so will.
The only thing that's not been.
Well, you should read the diet. I mean, it's very specific.
Start with the diet, because you may be thinking that something's working and it's not. You know, start with the diet. So what I did was just start with eggs and butter. Eggs and butter, real butter, nothing else, just eggs and butter, and go for
And no oils except rice bran oil. You can put them on your skin, but not ingest.
Right. So, okay, thank you. Keep coming back.
Doris, again, don't forget to take care of your sinuses, because that's where everything goes. You could clean your body, but make sure you clean your sinuses.
That's
you have to do your nose, ears, and eyes as well.
That's your experience, and that's important, because but not everybody is necessarily infected in the sinus. But I did do an update just maybe a week or so ago about the sinuses. There's Andrea shared it with me. Nuvage cleaner. It goes in one nostril and comes out the other. It's a circulatory thing. You can add a drop of Nature's Gift to that solution. The one thing about using things that you breathe in necessarily that get into your lungs, you don't want to use a lot of Nature's Gift over a lengthy period of time, because Nature's Gift is powerful. It will dissolve the natural oils in your lungs, and create a real big problem. So you do not want to breathe in a lot of Nature's Gift. But for a short period of time, no problem.